What's up, guys? Ian Giles here. Today I am 5 weeks post-op. Actually, I guess it was yesterday. I'm 5 weeks post-op. I had surgery on July 16th with Dr. Garramone in Florida, and I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update. So, without further ado, here we go. So as you can see, all of the stitches have come out. They came out about 2 days ago. Around the areola, they've been coming out occasionally. They just fall out on their own. A couple of them fell out while I was sleeping. And then the last couple of days, you can see a little dark area right there under the nipple. The nipple kind of separated from the areola a bit, and stitches were coming out from there. And when I went to look at it, I kind of pressed like right here, and then like pus was like oozing out of it, and it was pretty gross. But when it did that, the stitches came out too. And if that happens to you, that's totally normal. That's just, I mean, I know it looks gross, it's nasty having pus on there, but that is just what the body does when there's a foreign object. It tries to get rid of it. And so that's what the body does. It makes the pus, and then it brings the stitches up to the surface to push them out, to get them out. So when it came out, there was this obvious space between the nipple and the areola, like they weren't attached, is what it looked like. So I just put some Neosporin on it and a Band-Aid and kept it covered for a day. And now, as you could tell, that it's looking a lot more attached, a little more healed together. But whenever I put a shirt on, I go out to do something, I am putting a Band-Aid on it just to keep it from getting rubbed on or getting any kind of debris or anything in there. I'm not putting Neosporin on it anymore. I'm just using a Band-Aid, regular Band-Aid, lightly covering it, just for a little added protection. And I will continue to do that until it looks like it's completely closed up and healed back together. Now the incisions, you can see this side is smoothed out a lot more than last time, although it's still a little ripply. And it's interesting because it feels a lot more smooth than it looks on the screen. I still have some puffiness over here, as you could tell that a little bit. It's also still tender right there. But on this right side, I don't have any puffiness. It's not nearly as tender. I do notice that right about here, between my two fingers here and here, the skin seems to be extra dry. I'm not sure if you can tell, it's kind of flaky. I got some flakiness up here too from other Band-Aids. And if you've seen from my previous videos, the Band-Aids have just torn up my skin. So to help with the dryness, I'm using vitamin E oil. I got it at Walmart. I want to say it was about $4. It has soybean oil, vitamin E, and coconut oil. And originally I was just going to get the tablets and break them open, but this one has 12,000 IUs, and the other ones had like 4,000 or 5,000. So I figured that the higher, the better. And originally I wasn't planning on doing anything for my scars because I've had surgeries in the past and my scars healed really well. Like Dr. Garramone even commented on how well my scars had healed. Like I had one on each side of my chest, and one of them over here is still half here, but you can't even see it. And he completely took out this one. Like, I don't know if you can tell, there's a scar right here. See, so and I didn't do anything to that, and sun hit it and everything. So, I mean, my scars heal really well. So the only reason I'm even doing the vitamin E is just to keep everything moist. So, I think real quick, I'll just show you. You don't need a lot, just a drop or two. I tend to put it up higher because it runs down. So I put it up here where the Band-Aids tore up my skin. And I'm not touching the nipple or areola right now because it's not completely healed. When it is healed, I will be putting some stuff on it. I know everybody talks about their incision scars and nobody ever talks about their nipples. Well, you need to put stuff on there too. I mean, that's still a scar. You know, that was cut up. You really need to put stuff on it. So this is where I get most of my dryness, right here. So I try and concentrate most of it, and I do circular motions, and then I just go back and forth. And the part that I don't like about this stuff is it doesn't really dry. Like, I wait and wait and wait, and it's still not dry. And so I know just putting a shirt on with goo on me, about the end of the day, it'll finally start to feel a little bit like it's dried. But it's still kind of tacky, I guess, would be how I would describe it. Ooh, that dripped. So I know there are some oils you can get that will dry. I saw somebody talk about it on YouTube of a vitamin E oil that they got that dried. But I was going for cheap. I got it at Walmart. I didn't want to go expensive because I knew that I wasn't going to be using it for too long. I'm not really using it for scar treatment. I'm just using it to keep everything moist. And once my skin starts to stay moist on its own, then I'm not going to use anything because I just don't think I need it. One of the biggest things, I think, though, that has to do with having good-looking scars, regardless of whether or not you use ointment or anything, is the sun. People think, oh, I have this great flat chest, I can go out in the sun now, I can go swim, and no. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, guys, but no. If you want to have good-looking scars, you need to wait. And it sucks, I know, but you need to wait. It's a minimum of 1 year before your scars should be out in the sun. Any scars, not just top surgery. Anytime you have surgery and you have a scar, it should be a minimum of 1 year before your scars are out in the sun. And don't just think, I have a shirt on, and that's fine. Your shirt only provides 10 SPF. Okay, only 10. So you should still put on sunscreen, even if you have a shirt on, and apply it constantly. Okay? I know it's a bummer, you're thinking, I spent all this money, I want to be able to go and show off my chest, but if you do that, your scars are going to not fade as well. I'm sorry, guys, it's the sad truth. One of the reasons why my scars faded so well is because I did that. I kept them out of the sun. This one I tried as much as possible to keep it out of the sun, which is why it's faded so nicely. But the ones on my chest, obviously, it's just before I had my top surgery, never saw the sun. So they faded really, really nicely. I mean, if Dr. Garramone, a professional, is impressed with how well the scars fade, you know, you got to pay attention to that. Of course, part of it is genetics. You could stay and live in a cave for 5 years, and if you have bad genetics, you could have a bad looking scar, but the sun is really important. I've seen some guys put on strips, like these, and then go out in the sun, and oftentimes, shortly after their surgery, which these are not going to give you enough sun protection, and also they forget about the nipples. Again, guys, don't forget about the nipples. Okay, those need protection too. Speaking of this tape, it is a silicone tape. I got it on Amazon for about 15 bucks. I cut off a length that I need and then cut it in half. The reason I'm using this is I've heard it can help with two things. One, it helps smooth out your incisions, and two, it's supposed to help them to not stretch. So when you're starting to do more with your arms, more things, it's supposed to help them to not get all stretched out. And I've been trying to be really careful about what I do, how much I reach, but it's, you know, I'm 5 weeks post-op now, and I'm getting back to school and work, and I have my daughter at home with me now, and so I have to do things, and I have to do things that probably I shouldn't, more stretching than I should be, more lifting than I should be, so I really wanted to make sure that that I wouldn't stretch anything out, so that's why I got those. If you're wondering how that's going to stick when you're putting oil on, usually I put the oil on in the morning, or like maybe sometimes I do it in the evening before I go to bed, and then I wait and shower later. So usually it's like I put it on in the morning and then I shower at night before bed. So I try and give it a whole day. If I put it on at night, then I shower in the morning. And then I don't put on the strips until after my shower. Yeah. So as you can see, yes, it's stretched out a little bit, but I think it looks pretty good from not getting too wide. You gotta be really careful with what you do and what you're stretching. Like, you don't think, oh, I'm feeling good, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go exercise, or I'm gonna start lifting and doing things. You really shouldn't. Listen to your doctor. Please, 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 guys. There are so many people, not just top surgery related, but with all kinds of different things. People don't listen to their doctors. Okay? They think, oh, I'm feeling better, I don't need to keep taking my antibiotic. Or, I'm feeling better and I can do more with my arms, so I'm going to do more with my arms. No. You keep taking that antibiotic until it's gone. You listen to your doctor. If he says don't lift anything for 6 weeks, don't lift anything for 6 weeks. If he says don't stretch and keep your arms down at your side for 2 weeks, then do that. Okay? I know I'm kind of getting like revved up and stuff, but it's so frustrating to me to see so many guys out there not listening to their doctors and then later wondering why their scars have stretched, or wondering why something doesn't look right. And it's because you're not listening to your doctor. Okay? Yes, I'm not a doctor, so anything I say is not medical, but I'm just saying, listen to your doctor, please, guys. Anyways, okay, so that was my little rant for the day. I will give you guys another update later. If there's anything in particular that you want to know about, any questions related to top surgery, my transition in general, me in general, just any kind of questions, please ask me down below in the comments. Sorry, my hair is kind of crazy. I just got out of the shower. I cut my hair by myself today, so if you want to know how to cut your own hair, then ask me that. Just anything, ask me questions, and I'll be happy to make you a video. Okay, well, see you later, guys.